Imagine being buried alive with only your head above ground while hungry dogs circle around you. This was just Tuesday in ancient Rome. The Romans didn't just execute criminals. They turned punishment into an art form of absolute terror. Today we read diving into the most bizarre punishments from ancient Rome that will make modern prison systems look like luxury resorts. Let's start with damnatio ad bestias. Condemned prisoners were thrown into the arena with starved lions, bears, and other predators. But here's what you didn't know. The Romans didn't just throw people in randomly. They choreographed these executions like theatrical performances. Criminals were sometimes dressed as mythological figures and forced to reenact stories where the character dies horribly. Picture this: a thief dressed as Prometheus, chained to a rock while an eagle tears at his flesh, except this eagle is real and the screams are genuine. The brazen bull was perhaps the most ingenious torture device ever created. Victims were locked inside a bronze bull statue and a fire was lit underneath. As the metal heated up, the person inside would slowly cook alive. But the truly sick part? The bull was designed with a system of pipes that transformed the victim's screams into sounds resembling a bull's bellowing. The Romans literally turned human suffering into entertainment for the crowds. But here's the twist you didn't see coming. Some punishments were considered merciful. Crucifixion, which we think of as ultimate torture, was actually seen as an honorable death compared to other options. Roman citizens could request crucifixion over being thrown to wild animals. That's how brutal their alternatives were. Pona was reserved for parricides, those who murdered their parents. The condemned was sewn into a leather sack with a dog, a rooster, a viper, and a monkey, then thrown into water to drown. Each animal represented different aspects of the crime. The dog represented shamelessness, the rooster represented aggression against family, the viper represented poison of betrayal, and the monkey represented human degradation. Every element was symbolic psychological warfare. You think you know the story of Roman justice? Think again. The cutting forks wasn't just military humiliation. Defeated soldiers were forced to crawl under spears, while Romans spat on them and struck them with sticks. But some historians believe this ritual had deeper meaning. It was meant to strip away the defeated army's martial spirit permanently, making them psychologically incapable of fighting Romans again. Decimation was perhaps the most feared punishment in the Roman military. When legions showed cowardice or mutiny, every 10th soldier was selected by lottery and beaten to death by their fellow soldiers using clubs and stones. The psychological trauma of killing your own brothers in arms was intentional. It created such deep guilt and fear that entire armies would rather die fighting than face decimation. The arena wasn't just about gladiators fighting. During lunch breaks, while spectators ate, condemned criminals were brought out for executions disguised as entertainment. These weren't trained fighters. They were ordinary people forced to kill each other with minimal weapons and no training. The last person standing wasn't granted freedom. They were just saved for tomorrow's show. Tunicae molesta involved coating prisoners in flammable resin and setting them on fire to illuminate garden parties. Emperor Nero famously used these human torches to light his palace gardens during evening festivities. Guests would stroll through gardens lit by burning people while discussing poetry and politics. The most psychologically devastating punishment was damnatio memoria. This wasn't physical torture. It was complete erasure from existence. The condemned person's name was chiseled off every monument, removed from every record, and speaking their name became illegal. Family members had to pretend the person never existed. Imagine being so thoroughly deleted that even your own children couldn't acknowledge you ever lived. What made Roman punishments truly terrifying wasn't just their cruelty. It was their precision and purpose. Every torture served multiple functions: punishment, deterrent, entertainment, and political messaging. Romans understood that fear of punishment often worked better than the punishment itself. These weren't random acts of sadism. They were calculated psychological operations designed to maintain absolute control over the largest empire in human history. The Romans proved that creativity and cruelty make a devastating combination when backed by unlimited power. If this opened your eyes to how brutal ancient justice really was, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments which punishment shocked you most. History's darkest chapters teach us the most about human nature and the price of absolute power.